Bertrand, you commissioned a survey on the future of retail. Did anything surprise you?
For sure, the most interesting revelation through this last survey is about the shopping habits of what we call the pre-millennials, and how they could be actually the savers of the physical shops.
Premillennials? What does it mean exactly?
It's people born between the 80s and the 90s, in fact.
Could you tell us a little bit more about this group in terms of what kind of consumers they are?
They're huge digital users, but they're not wedded with online. They seem to be pragmatic and to make purchase decisions regarding what suits the best.
So what does it mean for the shops then?
Well, it actually means that our physical retailers may keep a competitive advantage against other pure digital players in some areas where the battleground is not only on price.
So how can stores compete against pure online players?
Well, we know that most of the retailers are already online, but they need now to ramp up in-store with their digital services. This is absolutely key.
Sounds like you're advocating quite a substantial change. That can be scary, especially when successful outcome is not really guaranteed.
Well, that's true, and that's why we are telling businesses that they should start small. I mean, this should be an evolution, not a revolution. They should start with pilots localized in specific areas of the organization or on some specific themes. And then you test with your consumers on a small scale what works well in terms of service, digital service, with which offer to associate with it, etc. And if it works, fine. If it doesn't, fine as well. You just remove that offer from your digital services, and that's it.
Looks like interesting times ahead for shoppers. Are there implications to the business model from changing customer-facing operations, like some of the ones you have mentioned?
Yeah, there are a lot of implications, and actually these changes should not be made in silos. So really these kind of changes require changes in the front-end processes. So for instance, if we are talking about an iPad available as a self-service for a consumer in store, it will not work if it is left without a salesperson next to it to educate and to help the customer. So we really see here that the salespersons in stores, they must be trained. It's a new kind of work for them. It's a new way of interacting with the customers. So that's on the front end. And on the back end processes, I mean, they need to be adapted to these new services. They need to be, for instance, the supply chain and logistics need to be adapted so that it's more efficient for consumers to get their parcels more quickly delivered at home or available in stores. So everything must be transformed.
Where's the money going to come from for all this kind of innovation for our retailers?
Daniela, it's a daily challenge for our retailers, Don't be boring in stores. Do not transform your store in a warehouse. Invest in your associates to give them a better understanding of new products, try to keep this customer intimacy deeper and deeper. It's key. It's part of our DNA in the retail sector. But and the only way for our physical retailers to move quickly. Speed in the retail is of the essence.